Communications. This is the nerve center of the entire police department. The communications division is often staffed by highly trained dispatchers and call takers, usually civilians, who are often the first point of contact in emergencies. They answer 911 and non-emergency calls, gather critical information from people in crisis, and dispatch patrol officers to the scene. Using computer-aided dispatch and radio systems, they coordinate police resources and, when policy allows, run database checks like license plates and warrants, acting as a critical link between the public and officers in the field. Patrol. This is the backbone and the most visible part of any police department. Patrol officers are the uniformed first responders who work in designated geographic areas, or beats. Their primary mission is to respond to 911 calls, conduct routine patrols to deter crime, and be the initial on-scene presence for almost every type of incident, from a traffic accident to a robbery in progress. They are the generalists of the police world, handling the widest variety of calls. Detective Bureau. When a patrol officer responds to a major crime, the case is typically handed off to a detective. Detectives are the specialized investigators of the department. They typically work in plain clothes rather than patrol uniforms, and their job is to conduct the long-term, follow-up investigation. This involves interviewing witnesses, interrogating suspects, collecting evidence, and building a case to be presented to a prosecutor. The Bureau is often split into specialized squads. Homicide. Within the Detective Bureau, the Homicide Unit is the most well-known. These are highly experienced detectives focused on investigating suspicious deaths, especially homicides. Their job is to speak for the dead, working tirelessly to identify victims, find evidence, and track down the perpetrators. Due to the severity of the crime, they are often given the most resources and time to solve a case. SVU. The SVU is a specialized detective unit that handles the most sensitive and traumatic crimes, particularly those involving sexual assault and crimes against children. Detectives in this unit receive special training to work with vulnerable victims with compassion and to navigate the complex legal and emotional aspects of these cases. Their primary goal is to bring perpetrators to justice while minimizing further trauma to the victims. Vice Squad. The Vice Squad is a proactive investigative unit that targets vice-related offenses tied to illegal markets and organized activity. This commonly includes illegal gambling, prostitution, and illegal nightlife enforcement, and in some departments it overlaps with narcotics investigations. Vice detectives often work undercover, posing as criminals to gather evidence and infiltrate illicit operations. Their work is focused on disrupting the criminal enterprises that are often linked to more violent crime in a community. Narcotics. Depending on the department, the narcotics unit targets illegal drug manufacturing and distribution from street-level dealing to larger trafficking networks. These detectives conduct long-term covert investigations to dismantle entire drug supply chains. Their work often involves the use of confidential informants, undercover operations, and complex surveillance to identify and build cases against the major dealers and suppliers who bring illegal drugs into a community. Gang. The Gang Unit is a specialized and proactive unit focused on gathering intelligence about and suppressing the activities of criminal street gangs. Its detectives and officers work to identify gang members, track their hierarchies, and map their territories. They investigate gang-related crimes, from graffiti and drug sales to assaults and homicides, and work to disrupt their criminal enterprises through targeted enforcement and long-term investigations. Financial crimes and fraud. This is a specialized detective unit that investigates crimes of deception for financial gain. These investigators develop specialized training in financial records and digital transactions and often work with forensic accountants to follow the money. They investigate complex schemes like major identity theft rings, embezzlement, insurance fraud, and scams that target the elderly. Their work requires a meticulous review of financial records to build a case and, when possible, help identify and recover stolen assets. Cybercrime and digital forensics. This is a modern and highly technical unit that deals with crimes involving computers and digital evidence. Its detectives investigate a wide range of offenses, from online harassment and hacking to the distribution of child exploitation material. The unit also includes civilian digital forensic examiners, who are experts at extracting data from computers, cell phones, and other devices to find the crucial digital evidence needed to solve both cyber and real-world crimes. CSI. Made famous by television, the CSI unit is responsible for the professional, scientific collection of physical evidence at a crime scene. It is important to know that in many departments, CSI personnel are civilian scientists and technicians, not sworn police officers. They are highly trained experts in documenting a scene, collecting fingerprints, DNA, and ballistics evidence, and preserving it for analysis by the crime lab. They are the fact finders who ensure the integrity of the evidence. SWAT. A SWAT team is the department's elite tactical unit, comprised of highly trained and heavily armed officers. In many departments, SWAT is a part-time assignment called out as needed, while larger agencies may staff full-time teams for high-risk incidents beyond regular patrol capabilities. This includes serving high-risk arrest warrants, responding to active shooter incidents, resolving hostage situations, and dealing with barricaded suspects. Warrants/Fugitive Apprehension. This is a specialized unit responsible for locating and arresting people with outstanding warrants, sometimes with tactical capability depending on the risk level and department structure. These officers are often highly trained in surveillance and entry tactics, as their primary mission is to track down and safely arrest suspects who are actively trying to evade capture. They work to clear the backlog of wanted persons, taking dangerous fugitives off the streets. K9. The K9 unit consists of specially trained police dogs and their dedicated human handlers. These K9 teams are a powerful force multiplier for a department. Depending on their training, the dogs can be used to track and apprehend fleeing suspects, search buildings for hidden criminals, detect the presence of narcotics or explosives through their incredible sense of smell, or find missing persons. Bomb Squad. This is a highly specialized and courageous unit responsible for dealing with explosive threats. Bomb technicians are trained to identify, disable, and safely dispose of improvised explosive devices, old military ordnance, and other hazardous materials. They use a variety of tools, from bomb-sniffing dogs and X-ray machines to heavily armored bomb suits and remote-controlled robots, to handle these life-threatening situations. Aviation. The Aviation unit provides the eyes in the sky for the department. Its primary asset is the police helicopter. Helicopter crews can provide a unique aerial perspective to assist ground units during a car chase, help coordinate a perimeter around a crime scene, search for missing persons over large areas, or use thermal imaging cameras to find hidden suspects at night. Traffic. The Traffic Division is responsible for enforcing traffic laws and ensuring the safe and orderly flow of vehicles. This includes investigating major traffic accidents, directing traffic at large events, and targeting dangerous driving behaviors like speeding and driving under the influence. This division is often home to the iconic motorcycle unit, whose officers can navigate congested city streets more effectively than a patrol car. Training. This is where most police officers begin their careers. The Training Division oversees recruit training and continuing education. Depending on the region, recruits may attend a department-run academy or a state-regional academy. This includes academic instruction in law, defensive tactics, firearms training, and emergency vehicle operations. The division is also responsible for a recruit's field training, where a new officer is paired with a senior field training officer for on-the-job instruction before they can patrol alone. Community policing. This is a modern and proactive unit focused on building relationships and trust with the community it serves. Instead of just responding to crime, community policing officers work with neighborhood residents, business owners, and community leaders to identify and solve local problems before they escalate. Their goal is to foster a partnership between the police and the public to collaboratively improve public safety. Property and evidence. Distinct from the CSI unit that collects evidence, this is the secure warehouse that stores it. The Property and Evidence Unit is responsible for the intake, cataloging, and secure storage of all property and evidence recovered by the police. Its civilian technicians maintain the critical chain of custody, ensuring that every piece of evidence, from a firearm to a DNA sample, is preserved in its original state and can be presented in court. Records. This is the administrative heart of the police department, responsible for managing the immense flow of official information. The Records Division processes and archives police reports, arrest records, citations, and other official documentation, while physical evidence is handled by the Property and Evidence Unit. Its civilian staff handle public records requests, provide crime data for analysis, and ensure that the department's official documentation is accurate, secure, and maintained according to the law. Internal Affairs. This is the police department's internal watchdog. The Internal Affairs Division is responsible for investigating allegations of misconduct, corruption, and excessive force made against its own officers. These investigations are conducted by sworn investigators and/or civilian professionals to ensure accountability to policy, the law, and public trust. Their mission is to police the police, ensuring the integrity of the badge. Thanks for watching. Is there a police unit you didn't expect to exist, or one you think should get more attention? Let me know in the comments. Please also remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.